안녕하세요, 여러분. 제르민 AJ예요. My name is AJ, and welcome back to Shadow Spinner Reacts, where we are continuing with episode 3 of Sweet Home with our wonderful special guest,
Me! Hi, I am Laura, and as you may have remembered from episodes 1 and 2, I am the older sister of Shadow Spinner. Very, very proud older sibling, by the way. We are, stuck at a crossroads, aren't we? He is fighting his inner demon self.
Yes.
In this video game.
Some quick housekeeping stuff. If you haven't seen this yet, please go watch it it's currently on Netflix first. Otherwise, you're going to be very confused because we do have to chop this up for copyright. You can also join us on Patreon if you want to vote in the polls to decide the future of the channel. You can also get content up to 3 weeks early, get some uncut reactions, and some exclusive Patreon stuff. We left at a crossroads. And unfortunately, there's little kids involved.
Well, is it a crossroads or is it just like a good, solid cliffhanger?
Well, no, so both, I think. It is a cliffhanger for the audience, but it's also a crossroads for him because we don't yet know, and I don't think he knows whether he's going to be able to conquer his inner demon or not. And we don't know as an audience if you can.
Well, I don't know that we know that he doesn't conquer his demon because they show him at the end of this mess coming out of there with black eyes and taking bullets. Candy.
Okay. So that shows, but that doesn't show. But he still looks human, which none of the other mutations did.
Maybe he's just a higher evolution. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out. But I'm very concerned. We got all of our little mini teams that have split off. I don't know that we have
made definitive decisions as to which character we would pick in our video game.
Okay, so I'm actually going to change my answer on that. If I had to decide which character was most like me, I would pick the Guitar Girl. But if I had to decide which character I want to play, I'm probably going with the Fighter because I like, when I'm playing games, I like that concept of gathering the clues to find out what the storyline is. So for gameplay purposes, I actually would choose Firefighter.
And I still think that I'm going with the brother because he, in the very first action piece, he is the first one to actually
he's the
fight
puzzle
with
solver.
one.
Yeah.
And he's the first one to fight with one. So, and get it to back off.
So he gets to do puzzles and action. No, you're like,
so he gets to do both.
I tell you who I don't want to be. I do not want to be the ballerina. As much as she is paired with a really good game partner, she herself doesn't seem to have any of the special abilities that I personally would enjoy using.
Well, to be fair, she's early on in her development stage.
That is true. Well, we'll see as this develops. But this is very much feels like like watching a video game. This is very video gamey.
Yep.
And so let's go ahead. I've got the recording started. Any last things you want to say before we get going here?
Hold on to your pants. We're on for a bumpy ride.
Please keep your pants on. You don't have to be holding on to them. Hopefully. Get a belt.
You can do both.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
현수는 언제까지 그러고 살 거냐?
여보, 아빠 왜 또 분위기 싸해지게 만들어? 모처럼 현수도 나왔는데.
저 자식이 나온 게 뭐? 그렇게 대단한 일이야?
Well, you should stop attacking him. Like, if he finally joined your family trip and you attack him the whole time, he's never going to join you for the next one.
자식 외면한 대가로 안 잘리고 돈 갖다 바쳐줘서 퍽이나 고맙네.
다 죽어버려.
Oh.
So that was him imagining if he had been in the car.
Well, and that brings a whole new theory to my world of encyclopedia books. Is this a hotel where they're already all dead?
No, he was in the car. The last flashback we saw, he was not in the car, but he actually was in the car.
Huh. Maybe they're all already dead. And this is just like a purgatory hotel.
Oh. So he's like, his actual conscience is like seeing this as a dream.
잠시만
Yeah.
혼자 있고 싶구나.
Oh, interesting.
필요하면 불러라. 너만 살아난 건 필시 이유가 있을 거야.
No, I feel like this is the dream.
신기하지?
Yes.
네가 원하던 거라고. 세상 사람들이 다 사라져 버렸으면 좋겠다고. 죽어버려. 난 네가 증오하고 싫어하는 사람들을 모조리 사라져 버리게 할 수 있어.
It latches onto the darkness inside people.
They have a tank.
꽤나 요란하군요. 아까 그 사람일까요?
주님의 뜻은 뭘까요? 나대지 말고 혼자 잘 먹고 잘 살아라. 는 아니겠죠?
Well, la-di-da, Miss Sassy Pants. Oh,
So yeah, so he is conscious, but using his inner demon for the strength of it.
yeah. He's like, get the kid.
괜찮아요.
애들이
Oh, his eyes are normal.
But his eyes just turned normal, and the guy with the sword saw his eyes turn back.
지수 씨가 구하자고 했습니다.
변하지 않을 거라고 확신해요?
지금 이 학생의 머리통을 부수는 게 신의 뜻이 아니라는 건 확신하죠.
Because he saw his eyes turn back.
Well, and he saw his eyes turn back, and he also asked where the kids were. So the
Oh, yeah,
first
so-
thing that he did was check on something else.
Yeah.
도와줘요. 약속했어요.
Oh, and he just found out Bandage Man is gone.
I want to know what Bandage Man did.
I know.
Duct tape man.
I like Bandage Man. I mean, it's not as accurate.
The Green Mummy.
I like it.
괜찮아.
Poor
Oh.
kid.
일할게.
She's a strong little girl.
저 미리 말해둬야 될 것 같아서.
Make
Uh-oh.
sound.
그 애들 가면 안 됐어요.
They say they're not infected, like the kids aren't infected.
눈이 안 보이는 괴물이
Yeah.
있을 수도 있어. 엄청 잘 듣거든.
Okay,
Oh,
so
he told
did
them
warn
about
them
this
ahead
one.
of time. Yeah.
Huh.
Perfect timing.
Ah, yep, they fight each other. Yep. Call that kind of tank. Oh,
he's out
well,
of
they don't have
line.
to...
We don't even know it's on the 15th floor.
No, we don't. Uh-oh. That's the tank. You have to go hide.
No. No, because you know what's going to happen, right?
I don't. Well, and she sees two kids. Her darkness might... If she's infected,
Was she infected?
we don't know. We don't know who all's infected because the one guy looks normal and he's infected.
That is true.
And this guy, I think, might be infected too. But he seems like normal-ish. It's just, I can't tell.
Right.
That's why I feel like it might be a purgatory type thing, because you have... I don't know.
He's covered in burns, though.
Yeah, no, he was
There was
half
somebody
lit
that
on
mentioned
fire.
Somebody mentioned a fire that broke out, remember?
Well, the ballerina said she lit her school on fire.
Yeah.
존경하는 국민 여러분,
독보자.
현 시간부로 국가 비상사태를 선언합니다.
Surprise!
I am actually
Like that's all?
surprised that they were able to get through.
아이들을 건드리지 마. 그래 줄 수 있지?
정부는 국민 안전을 최우선.
대통령이 죽은 거야?
Yeah, that was the end of a very traumatic...
뽑았는데 나 진짜 그래도
Oh, that's the baby she lost. I would lose my mind too, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a cute little guy. Or girl. I can't tell. He's just got little bits of hair. Oh, and she doesn't have any weapons.
사실을 알고 있었어. 세상에 없다는 거.
애들 뛰어.
저걸 어떻게 처리하죠?
Well, they got the kids. Side quest. Ish. Yeah, all of them are like... She likes kids.
천사는 바로예요.
지수 씨, 제가 처리할게요.
How?
Yeah, that was my
You're-
thought exactly. How are you taking care of this?
그래야지.
Yeah, because he's big, so he's not going to have... Yeah, she is... She's turning. Oh.
So they all turn depending on what their inner monsters are.
Yeah.
아이들은요?
Oh, yep, she's conscious. She's like our boy.
He's like, they actually
wasn't-
did it.
Did he tell the others where his
Yeah,
special room is?
Yeah, he said 1408. He said it before he left.
He has to go through things. Yep, there you go. Nice.
Wait, did he actually go through the window too?
He went through one of them, yes. She survived. Aww.
Okay, this is So this presents a whole new thing, because it's not just the main guy that turned back. So now we know there's
혼자
multiple
갈수
people.
있어요.
Yeah, because she knows that she can take care of herself now.
She also probably knows that she might be a threat. So this is going back to what I was saying earlier, where I'm wondering if everybody is infected, and it's just a matter of
Yeah.
time before they face their test.
Well, and if you think about it, the two of them are similar, him and the main character and her. They're both depressed and grieving. Ah, and he's back.
Okay, good.
무서워서 다행이에요.
그렇게 빨리 죽고 싶어요? 아니 주님 좋아하시는 거 알겠는데
Oh, and you messed up your glasses.
천천히 만나러 가도 되잖아요.
She's like, you idiot.
Ah, I was like, I can't argue with you right now, but
can't
I'm
argue
so
with you right
angry.
I'm angry, but also, like, what else was he supposed to do? Like, he did the best he could against a tank.
지수 잠시만요. 누가 들어왔다.
It's true.
은근 신뢰되는 말
He thought someone ransacked her room
손님이시네요.
when it's just messy.
엄마는 이게 다 무슨 소리라고. 5년을 죽어라 공부했는데 세상이 다 망했어.
대통령이 죽었다고 망해요? 그거 모르죠. 형은 좀 성급하시네.
Aw, well that's nice.
좀 꼬여.
But
She's trying to learn
Weirdly-
from it.
제 동생 못 보셨어요?
I would want to rewatch it because the only way you can really learn from it.
maybe not next to somebody who's already in a spiral.
Ah, the angry ballerina.
Is this her version of
Maybe-
giving up?
Well, I think that she had big dreams for it, and the reason why she's such a delinquent is because her ankles failed her.
It's hard, especially as a teenager, to deal with the reality that what you've spent your whole life dreaming about has been taken away from you.
왜 왔어?
Ramen forever. He might get sick. He hasn't had ramen, anything but ramen, for the last month and a half.
He also is like, am I a danger to everybody?
맛있게 드십시오.
So then you're
He
sitting
might
at a
be.
table with two people who are definitely infected.
성이 국치면
Aww.
국영수. 공부 참 잘하.
Yeonsu and Sooyoung?
괜찮습니다. 술은 잘 안 해서요.
She's like, I do. I don't know
Yeah.
if this would be a time where, like, you need a drink, or this would be a time where you can't afford to drink. The
Oh,
world will look different.
no, 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 no. It's a spider in the room. No.
Who is this?
That's the firefighter.
Well, on the bright side,
She's not dead.
yeah, I was gonna say, we saw her get dragged off. Okay, that's the security guard.
It's always the goddamn basement, and it's always a goddamn arachnid. I hate arachnids.
Sorry.
그러게 위험하다니까. 내가 그때 그랬지.
좀 더 기다려보죠.
And he knows he's gonna have to go in.
He does, but he shouldn't go in right away. He needs to come up with some kind of a game plan.
Well, he also would like more information before going in.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
제가 변하면 죽여주세요.
내가 변하면 그때 네가 죽여줘. 그럼 나도 그래줄게.
Making a pact with each other.
Yep, kind of like Mafia Man and
Mafia Man and Ballerina Girl.
Delinquent Ballerina. Yep.
Except for it's a completely unfulfillable pact because if you turn, you cannot die.
It is moderately problematic that way.
나 진짜 미치겠네 진짜.
I would take something from somebody else's thing and I would break that door.
할배기 여자.
Oh!
못 알아봤어.
The dog does not like whatever is in that suitcase.
같이 드시죠.
Or maybe the dog just doesn't like him.
드세요.
Don't eat that food.
Well, it's all wrapped.
There's something very wrong with this.
나가려고요? 그럼 여기서 뒤질 거예요? 응? 저 앞에 차까지만 가면.
그럼 나 좀 데려가줘요. 엄마가 왕십리 살아요. 거기까지만 좀.
It's kind of a weird thing.
This is very strange. For those of you watching on YouTube, there's just random, very happy music playing. That actually is smart. Don't make the building make sounds. That's probably the first smart thing that's come out of his mouth.
Oh, she just lifted the gate.
생존자들에게 알립니다.
So they have like it's like somebody's ringing a dinner bell to call all the monsters to the building, and she just opened the door.
모여 있는 게 생존 가능성이 높습니다.
You were planning to escape,
Yeah.
and now you're preventing her from going outside?
Well, they don't want the gate to come up.
Because they didn't want to
Because
endanger
they
everybody
know.
else.
Yeah.
무슨 일이냐고요?
Close the gate.
우리 딸이 왔어. 딸이 왔다고.
셔터 내려요.
Something's up with her legs.
Oh no. Is she like an auditory hallucination? Like, not an auditory, but is she a hallucination?
She was actually alive, but the monster with the tongue was still out there. So we just lost 2 more survivors.
close the door.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so Minji was alive, but she's not anymore, and we'd also just lost the soldier dude,
Yes, we did.
who was being very brave, I might add. When the military guy ran out, I was hoping we would get one of them back in. I thought he was going to get her back in and die, but they just killed both of them.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. I wish that it was one of those where it seemed like it should, and I feel like they've left a couple of survivors because they know that there are people inside that it's like they're using them as bait.
Yes. Because the timing of
Unfortunate.
her running to the gate was exactly when the gate opened. So I almost wonder if like she was like if it had held her until it saw the gate go up and then let her go.
Which means that they're not mindless. Like there's a certain amount of very well thought out
you
trickery.
You saw the one that was asking, it was the protein. You saw her trying to lure them into opening the door. The muscle bound one, you saw how it responded to taunts. Like it very much, it was offended when Mr. Paladin was making comments about his muscles.
Yes. It's kind of bizarre watching some of them work, because some of them feel like they don't think things through, and then others it feels like they very much, okay, this didn't work, and they switch tactics. So there's different levels of intelligence depending on who took what over.
Yeah. And you can see from the different morphs and mutations they have. So my theory at this point is that the mutation is largely dependent on what the trigger is that turned them.
Yes. I would tend to agree.
But that too affects their degree of intelligence. Like if the one is just driven by hunger and will do anything it takes to get access to the food, it makes sense that it's going to try to lure the food out.
There's a lot of things that we're unpacking here, really.
There's a lot.
So, and each one of them has something going on that's a little bit funky. So I'm excited for the next episode.
Yeah, I am. I think it's interesting to note the two people so far that we know for sure were infected and kind of reversed their turn. Because we're guessing right now on Mr. Mafia Man, but the only two we know for sure are the baby's mother, and our video gamer dude, and both of them are the same in that
they've recently lost family.
They've recently lost family,
and they're
although
just
so
depressed.
has the guitar girl. But it's not just that; it's that it's the self-blame.
Well, it's not. I don't even know that I don't know how much the video gamer has self-blame. I think he has a little bit of it, but he's not just incredibly. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of guilt from him. What I feel like from him is just he has a lot of self-loathing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of self-loathing. It's
not
I don't know
directed
at
guilt.
the outside world is my point. He's said
it's
things that
internal.
are directed at the outside world, but it's all internalized. And I'm beginning to wonder if because a lot of the ones that you see that are the anger that we've seen before they turned, there's anger towards the world. And I almost wonder if them turning is kind of like their way of getting revenge on the world that they feel did this to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
Whereas the ones that have unturned, even though they have all of that negative emotion, they don't seem to be casting blame, and they seem to be more interested in protecting the people that are left than in blaming the world around them.
I don't know that that's entire. I don't know that I agree with that assessment.
I don't know
entirely of
either.
all of
I'm
them.
just trying to figure out some thing that makes
It's
sense.
a good hypothesis. It's a good hypothesis. I do feel like there is a certain amount of people that are around in this building that definitely have a lot of animosity towards the outside world. That shopkeeper, he is a vile human being.
Oh, he is.
And whenever he turns, it's going to be a nasty, gross thing.
I don't think-
And I don't know what it is.
I don't think he's going to turn.
He's going to be...
I don't think he's going to turn. I think his wife is going to turn and kill him.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to turn and she's going to finally torch his butt.
One of
and
the
I
two.
think that's going to be fantastic.
I think one of the two, but I think
I know which
because-
one I'm cheering for.
Yeah. The reason I think she is going to turn is because even though he is a horrible human being, he rather than like lashing out at the world around him, he seems to think he's justified in his evil, whereas she has been the victim of all of the bad things that he has put towards her. So I feel like that's if based on the theory that I've got built in my head, she has more reason to be angry at what has happened to her, whereas he's not so much having things happen to him as he is doing things to other people.
Well, but I think that this is all based off of personality disorders.
That is actually
So
also entirely possible. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this going, because we've been talking about how, like, each one of the monsters kind of goes towards its vice or its problem.
That is,
and
yeah.
he is someone, if you go with that theory, then he is someone that is, like, primed for some things to go on.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree. I'm just curious as to how it's going to unfold.
Yeah. But it is interesting to note that the two people who unturned both
Have
of them,
the same issues.
They have the same issues, but
Not
both
the
of
same,
them,
but similar.
Yeah, but both of them turned initially when there was an immediate threat to the people that they wanted, the children.
Yeah. So...
And I find that very interesting. It wasn't... And she just calmly stepped in front of that giant thing. She's like, excuse me, we're not attacking children today.
Exactly. I was like, that's the most... Like Kids on a Tuesday, where she's like, please calm down. You're at a 10.
And you need to bring it down to a 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we use our inside voice. Like, it was very, like, kindergarten teacher of, we don't do this to each other, children.
I thought she was going to die. I'm very glad that she is alive.
I mean, right, she took a hell of a beating.
She really did.
And then she just...
And then she just turned and
keeps
she's
on
like,
trucking
I
and
said, leave the kids alone.
Use your inside voices, or you're going to the principal's office and no Friday treasures for you.
Right? I'm really hoping Military Dude. I know they can't do it to everybody because it's one of those things where the stakes would be lower if they just had everybody who gets killed by monsters do
Military
the turning and
Dude's
unturning.
gone. I don't see how they can bring Military Dude back. They didn't give enough of a backstory to him, and they really didn't work him up at all.
They gave him enough screen time that I was hopeful that I wanted to see more of him, but
yeah.
But
you can tell that they lost an asset.
Right. But here's the other thing: is I don't recognize the actor.
Yeah.
And I know that's a horrible way to be deciding whether or not, but I don't if it was an actor that I recognized more, I would think he's coming back, but because I don't recognize the actor, or at least I don't recognize him as having had a major role in anything that I've seen.
Yeah. Well, there's only one way to find out what happens to these people.
And that's what happens next. But it's also how I knew that the firefighter, I'm like, we have to see her again. They can't kill her like that because she's too big of an actress to
I know. And there's only one way to find out.
Is to watch the next episode. So
It is!
That's going to be it for today. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon so that you can get access to the polls to choose what I am watching next. So you can get content up to 3 weeks early. You can get my uncut reactions. You can get some exclusive Patreon content. Or you can just hang out with me here on YouTube. We will be continuing to kidnap my sister into watching... Well, this one she straight up volunteered for. She's like, oh, you're watching Sweet Home.
I did.
I'm joining that with you. And I'm like, okay, cool.
It's happening.
But I'm hoping
Yep.
we'll be able to get her back for some other series as well. Oh, the dog is outside. He's been running back and forth past my window.
Make sure he hasn't turned.
Make sure he has. I don't think the animals turn. Do the animals turn? If that is true, we're in a lot of trouble.
We
That's
are.
gonna be it for today. So bye bye. Annyeong.
Bye.